Good morning, students. We will continue with the same chapter, that is control statements. In control statements, we studied about different types of statements, that is selection statement and iteration statement. Under selection statement, we have studied different statement, that is simple if statement, if else statement, if else if statement, nested if statement, switch statement. So the first statement is if else if statement. This structure helps the programmer to decide the execution of the statement from multiple statements based on a condition. So it is called multi-way statement or if else if ladder. Here more than one condition is tested, so it is called as a multi-way branch statement. Okay, so here we have two or more statements. From these statements you can select one statement that is based on the condition, so it is called as multiple way statement. So simple if statement we called it as one way branching, and if else statement was called two way branching, and here we have multi way, that is because we have two or three statements are there. From these statements you can select one of the statement based on the condition. If the condition is evaluated to be true, then that statement will be selected, otherwise it will be skipped, and the next statement will be selected. So this is based on the condition. The statement will be evaluated, that is it will be checked. If the condition is true, the statement is executed. So let us see the syntax or the general form of if else statement. If test condition, if this condition is true, statement 1 will be executed. If this condition is false, it goes to the else part and it will test the second condition. If this condition is true, statement 2 will be executed. If this condition is false, then it goes to the else part and it will test condition n. If this condition is true, statement n will be executed. Suppose this condition is false, it goes to the else and it will execute the default statement. So there can be n number of conditions in case of if else if statement. Okay, so here we have different conditions, that is if this condition is true, statement 1 is executed. If this condition is false, it will go and check the next condition. This condition is true, statement 2 is executed, otherwise it goes to the next condition and it will test this condition. If this condition is also false, then it goes to the else part default statement. So this is how the statement, that is if else if statement executes. Here you can see the flow chart, that is if the condition is that is first condition is true, statement 1 is executed. This false, it goes to the next statement, that is this condition is true, statement 2 is executed. This condition is false, it goes to the next statement, condition n. Why we have given as n? Since it can have n number of conditions, that is 3, 4, 5, n number of conditions. If this condition is true, statement n is executed. If this condition is also false, it goes to a default statement and it will execute the default statement. So only one statement will be executed, that is based on the condition. If the condition is true, statement 1. Okay, if condition is false, it checks the next condition. This condition is true, statement 2. If this condition is false, goes to next condition n. Then statement n is executed if condition n is satisfied, otherwise default statement is executed. We studied about the if statement. Next we studied about if else statement, and the third statement is if else if statement. It is also known as else if ladder. In case of if statement, there was only one statement that has to be executed if the condition is true. Okay, in if else there were two alternatives given, either statement 1 or statement 2. But in case of if else if statement, there are multiple alternatives. There are two or more alternatives. You can select from these choices any one of these statement. So it is also known as else if ladder. Okay, so here let us see the syntax of the if else if statement. There is a condition, first condition. If this condition is satisfied, statement 1 will be executed. Else, if this condition becomes false, then it goes to the next condition. Okay, again you have else. Again if the condition is satisfied, then statement 2 will be executed. Again, if this condition also is not satisfied, it will go to the else. Again, next condition it will check. It will check n number of conditions. There is nothing like only one condition should be there or only two conditions. It will check n number of conditions and if this condition is satisfied, it will execute this statement. If this condition also is not satisfied, it will execute the next statement after this. Okay, so this is how an if-else statement works, that is else if ladder works. So that is, if you check the first condition, if the condition is satisfied, statement 1 will be executed and all the other conditions will not be checked. If this condition becomes false only, it will go to the next condition. If this condition is true, this statement will execute and this conditions will not be checked. If this condition also becomes false, then it will go to the next condition. You will check that condition. If that condition is also false, next. So n number of conditions are there, n number of statements are there in case of if-else if statement. So let us see the flow chart here. If the condition 1 is true, so I have written in short form condition. Okay, CON I have written. This is condition 1. Okay, when you are writing, you can write the full name condition. Okay, is condition 1 true? Okay, if it is satisfied, true, then statement 1 will be executed. Suppose this condition is false, it goes to the other conditions, condition 2. This condition is true, statement 2 will be executed. If again this condition becomes false, again it goes to the next condition, that is condition n. If this condition is true, condition is satisfied, then statement n will be executed. Otherwise, the default statement will be executed. This is how an if-else if statement works. Okay, so there are multiple choice, that is you have statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. So n number of statements are there, but only if this condition is satisfied, then only you can execute the statement. Okay, so this is how if-else if statement works. Okay, so we have studied if statement, we have studied if-else statement, and its third statement is if-else if statement. This is a program to declare the result based on the following rules. The rules is that the marks is given and grade is given. In the marks column, you have got 85 to 100. If a student gets marks from 85 to 100, then he is a distinction holder. Okay, if the student gets marks between 60 to 84, then he scores first class. If the student gets 50 to 59, then he is scoring second class. If he is getting 35 to 49, then he has a grade, that is third class grade. If it is between 0 to 34, then the student fails. So actually you know these marks grades since we are studying using these grade system only. So 85 to 100 distinction, 60 to 84 first class, 50 to 59 second class, 35 to 49 third class, 0 to 34 fail. So using these rules, we have to write a program to declare the result of a student. So let us see the program. Hash include iostream.h, hash include conio.h. Hash include iostream.h means input output stream.h. Input output stream.h is an header file. Hash include iostream.h is an header file. It is compulsory in writing all the programs. By now you know that iostream and conio.h are the important header files which have to be used when we are using certain functions. Okay, so iostream.h, whenever we use cin and cout, that is input and output functions, these functions will be carried out by cin and cout. So whenever we use these functions, we have to use iostream.h. The next header file is conio.h. Conio means console input output header file. Console input output header file. This header file is used mainly for clear screen and getch. The next statement is void main. Void is a data type that is used whenever we don't return any value to the function. When we don't return any value, does not return any value, in that case we use void. Then we have a main function. Main is important in all the programs. Without main we cannot write any program. There will be only one main function in all the programs, and it always starts execution from the main function. Okay, so then we have opening braces, that is brackets, and then inside the brackets we have int avg. Int is a data type and avg is the variable name, and this is a declaration statement, and this statement is used because we are declaring the variables which are used in the program. Okay, so here avg is the average marks, or you can write marks also instead of AVG. Then we have clear screen. Clear screen, in order to clear your previous output screen, we are using clear screen. Then we have Cout, enter the average marks. So we enter the average marks Cout statement, that is it will display the statement. Then we have to accept AVG marks. Suppose 85 is the marks which you have accepted, then it will go and check the condition. In if else if we are checking the condition, that is whether the condition is true or false. So 85 is greater than equal to 85. Yes, it is equal to 85, but it's not greater than 85. So condition is true. And it is less than 100, average is less than 100. Yes, both the conditions are true. Then it will display the statement distinction. Else it will execute these statements. But since the first condition itself is a true, it will display distinction, and it will not execute any of these statements, and the output is distinction. Suppose if the average marks what you have entered is 65, in that case it will check first condition. 65 is greater than 85. No, it is less than 85. 65 is less than 100, but here we are using a logical AND. Logical AND means only if both the condition is true, then the statement will be executed. One of the condition is false, also the statement will not be executed. Next statement, if AVG is greater than equal to 60, suppose we are giving 65. So first condition becomes false and the second condition is true. Still the statement will not be executed. It will go to the next condition, that is 65 is greater than equal to 60. Yes, it is greater than. Then it will print first class. Again, for example, if you have 45, it will check first condition, it will check the second condition. Now the third condition it will check. Both the condition becomes false, it goes to the next condition. 45 is greater than 50. No, again it becomes false. So 45 is greater than 35. Yes. So this statement pass will be executed. Okay. Suppose if the result is 10. First condition, 10 is greater than 85. No. 10 is greater than 60. No. 10 is greater than 50. No. 10 is greater than 35. No. So all the statements becomes false. All the conditions is not satisfied. In that case, it will print Cout fail. Okay. So this is how the program works. So let us see the flow chart. We start with the start symbol and stop with the same symbol, that is oval shape. We are using for start and stop. Then we have input average. In the input average, that is an input statement that will be written within a parallelogram. Then we have a decision statement that is written in a rhombus. If average is greater than equal to 85 and average is less than equal to 100, both the condition is satisfied, both are true, then output will be distinction. If one condition is also false, as I told you in the program, it will not execute output distinction. It goes to the false and it will check the next condition, that is if average is greater than equal to 60, then if this condition is true, it will output first class. This condition becomes false, it will output, it will not output first class. It will go to the next condition, that is if average is greater than equal to 50, then it will output second class. If this condition is also false, it will check the next condition. If average is greater than equal to 35, this condition is true, it will output pass, otherwise it will output fail. So if first condition is true, it will not execute any of these statements. It will execute only output distinction. If this condition becomes false, then it will check the next condition, and if this condition is true, it will output first class and it will leave the rest of the condition. This condition is true, it will output second class and it will leave this statement here. Okay, if all the condition becomes false, in that case what will happen, it will output fail. Okay, and it will stop the process. Control statement, as we were studying today, the selection statement, there are two types of control statement. One is selection statement and the iteration statement. Under selection statement, there are different types. Today we have studied if else if statement. If else if statement, this statement helps the programmer to decide the execution of a statement. So here we have multiple choices. Okay, so based on the condition we can select any one of the choices from the multiple statements. So it is called multiple way statement or if else if ladder. The other name for if else statement is multi-way statement or if else if ladder. They might ask you for 1 mark question, what is the other name of if else if statement or what is multi-way statement called as. Here we have more than one condition tested. If the condition is satisfied, then the statement will be executed, otherwise the statement will be skipped and it will go to the next statement. If that condition is true, then the statement will be executed. Here you can see the syntax. If condition statement 1, else it goes to the next condition. This condition is true, statement 2. If this condition becomes false, the next condition will be checked and this statement will be executed, or else the default statement will be executed. So this is the syntax or the general form of statement. Okay, for the if else if statement we are using the syntax. Here we can see the flow chart. If this condition is true, statement 1 is executed, and if it is false, it goes to the next condition. This condition also is false, then it goes to the next condition. This all the conditions are false, then it executes the default statement. So we studied about the program over here. There is a program to find out the marks, whether the student is secured distinction, first class, second class, pass or fail. That is based on the condition. We will be writing the program. Here we have 2 header files, and that is iostream conio.h, and then we have the average marks. So if the condition is true, we'll print distinction, otherwise we'll check next condition. If this condition is true, first class. If this condition is true, second class. If this condition is true, pass. If none of the conditions is true, we will print fail, and then we'll stop the process. And this is the flow chart as I have explained previously. So start, then we have input average. If condition is true, distinction. If second condition is true, first class. If third condition is true, second class. If fourth condition is true, pass. If all the condition is false, output fail.